My name's Franko Fraize and you're watching Itch FM. Get on it.
Hey, I'm Shantae and you're locked into another show of Itch FM, and we're here with our special guest today, Franko Fraize.
I stare up at the stars of a night time, take a deep breath of fresh air with the right rhymes, living around hype guys, mind a climb and white lines, mask crusaders that don't really fight crime. I'll be alright cause I was raised with a bright mind. Some become afraid of the answers they might find. You wanna watch the plot, what I got in my pipeline, polishing my diamonds in the hope that it might shine. See, there's still a chance that we will advance, keeping calm, either fill a glass or go build a plant. When you dream a dream, going for the kill but keep calm, moving ruthless, take the cold out, a killer stance. See, I'll have a nice time while I'm here cause we live amongst men and we fear gods, looking for a signal or a sign because we're lost, needing direction for the courses we veered off. They want to cut my tongue to try and spite my mind, although my hands are tied I'll still be writing rhymes. If your glasses are full then you're best apart, leave you guessing like you ended with a question mark. See, when times change I take a stubborn stance, the next change it far away because nothing lasts. Life can be whatever you make it be, will it turn out nice? You'll have to wait and see patiently. You can say a lot without even parting your lips. Life's hard but I expect it gets much harder than this. A lot of mums do it alone, I want to father their kids. Didn't see it at the start but it's all part of the twist. To be the best don't mean your name's read at the start of the list. A lot fall when temptation gets too hard to resist. At the start you get far if you hit hard with the fist. In the long run you do better being large with the wit. At times you feel the heat like the summer sun, then the cold comes up when the summer's done. But don't get crossed like a current bound. When you chase a dream make sure the run is fun. What you trust cause success will leave another spun. You meet a lot of characters in life, trust me some are dumb, some are young, some are old, some are funny son. In the face of fear, feel the courage come, that's your best bet to be blessed. Like when the bunning's done, they wanna cut my tongue to try and spite my mind. Although my hands are tied, I still be writing rhymes. If your glasses are full, then you're best apart. I leave you guessing like you ended with a question mark. So when times change, you take a stubborn stance. The next change it far away because nothing lasts. Life can be whatever you make it be. Will it turn out nice? You'll have to wait and see patiently. Franko Fraize, Itch FM.
Welcome, Franko. Can
Cheers.
I call you Franko?
Yeah, Franko, Franko, that'll do. Yeah. Do you know what it was, yeah? I put the phrase on the end because, say I was coming up getting a little bit of heat and there was another Franko, I'd be devastated, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I thought,
last with the one
exactly, you can't think you're the only Franko out there, so I obviously put the phrase on the end and it worked all right for me. But the only thing is everyone spells it wrong, so it didn't work too well for me.
Well, you have to spell it right when we come to plug
that's it. I'll be watching, I tell you, I'll be looking on there and I'll be sending emails if it ain't right. Nah, but yeah, Franko do ya. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, Franko, you're from Thetford.
Yeah.
Is that in Norfolk?
Yeah, it's out near Cambridge and Norwich way. I always say Cambridge because London people know Cambridge better than they know Norwich. So yeah, it's like between Cambridge and Norwich out that way. It ain't too bad to be honest with you. People say it's a long way from here, but it's not too long. Do you know what I mean? It's an hour and 15 to Redbridge, and you're on the tube.
It's far enough to have a bit of an accent, though.
Yeah, do you know what it is though? It's my town, yeah, and I'll probably bore you with this, but my town is a London overspill town. So everybody who lives in Thetford, well, the majority of people in Thetford, the parents have come from London anyway. So we're walking around town like with the same like London accents, you know what I mean? I talk to people around here and I sound more like than they are, do you know what I mean?
East London.
I know, that's what people always say, and I think, oh God, they probably think I'm just like messing about or something. But nah, it's because literally it's a weird one. It is so weird. Like, first time I heard a Norfolk accent, I was probably about 16, do you know what I mean? Okay. Like literally our town's just one of them towns. It's a weird, there's a couple of them out there. Like I say, I'll bore you with this, I'll go on for days. I start telling you all the London overspill towns and everything, but yeah.
So how did you come to be on the London music circuit?
Like just hard work, really. Like one of the things is, yeah, because we got this like London overspill thing going on in Thetford and that, we always watch Channel U and that, do you know what I mean? We always looked to like what was going on. We didn't intentionally, but it felt like when I come to London to see people, because I sport QPR, so I'm down here for that. And when I'm down in London and that, like you feel like you're on the same wavelength as people, do you know what I mean? Like you just naturally feel like you're on that vibe musically and everything. And like, obviously the internet's getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. You chuck your tunes out there, you get the right people listening. But I mean, since people like DJ Cameo and that started backing it, I think that's really helped like London people take more notice, you know what I mean?
So tell us a little bit about that whole competition that you were involved in with
the
One Extra.
One. Yeah, that to be honest, that is the first one, yeah, that is the first breakthrough thing. It was literally the Rodney P and Skit show, original feed when they was on there back in the day, and we entered on, like, it's a phone thing, entered on the phone, spat my bars and that, and they kept the finals for it a little bit of a secret and that, and they said, oh yeah, you're coming up to the show. And we went on the show and obviously had a mad one. I was standing there with Semtex, like Rodney P, Skits, and this was like literally like minute, like probably about, I made my first tune about 4 months later, done this competition thinking nothing of it. Next thing, I'm in One Extra, I'm thinking, you done all right here, son. Yeah, it was. But I think them things was nice to have that early, because I think, like, I tried to stay grounded with it all, and I think going in there that early, you sort of realise what it's all about, and you go home and like you might get put off, like I need to get back there and that, but you almost get that little touch against your name, that little mark. Do you know what I mean? You think, like, I've been in One Extra now, let's go and do things properly now. Do you know what I mean? Rather than keep trying to get on the One Extra thing. But obviously, I like love to Rodney P and skits and all that. They help me out big time, because I tell you, I waffle on. Yeah, I warn you now, this is going to get edited properly. This interview.
Good stuff. And for a while, one of your biggest achievements was the Radio 1 feature on the playlist.
Yeah, of course.
Would you say that's still to date one of the biggest achievements, or have you added anything else?
Nah, I think obviously in terms of like the weight of the situation, obviously Radio 1, do you know what I mean? Everyone knows Radio 1. Talk to American people, they know Radio 1. They might even know One Extra nowadays, I don't know. But yeah, it was obviously that had that weight about it, and it is still one of the biggest things I did. But the thing is, yeah, and I tell this story to so many people, so people watching this probably go, oh, he's saying it again, but
at least it's true.
Yeah, exactly. This is proof that it's true. But when I first started making music, yeah, all I aimed for was to support Skinny Man at a show, and then I supported Skinny Man. We got on like friendly basis and all that, and sat round his house, and he sat me down. We talked about the ways of the world for a good 3 hours and that, and I think after that it felt like I'd done what I needed to do, do you know what I mean? So every little thing after that would just become a bonus and a blessing. And obviously when you get Radio 1, you know, it ain't much bigger than that, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Same with Siesta, done the beat and all that, put the bars on, nice little video, put it out there. And I think it's important that you showcase something that people, you know, like you're selling yourself basically, do you know what I mean? You put yourself on that stage, you got to do it right. And I think with Siesta, I'm real proud of it. And obviously the other side of it being that all the people involved and my mates and my family and all that, so it was nice for them to get involved. They was happy like to be involved in that. None of them like have got acting backgrounds or anything, and to be honest with you, they done better than I did in the thing. Do you know what I mean? I was a little bit jealous of how it turned out with them lot, but no, they done me so proud. And like at the time I said, obviously we got dreams and aspirations trying to get on the telly, and it's nice for them lot sitting at home watching the telly and seeing themselves and their families and enjoy it and all like that. Do you know what I mean? Because to be honest, in Thetford, where it's a town, there's so much support for me, so much, and to include everybody in the video like that and put everybody out there, it feels like it's the whole town thing. Do you know what I mean? We're putting them up there on the pedestal and all that.
So the music industry, more so now, has become a lot more established than it was previously. Without compromising your style or sound, do you reckon you could have more radio hits or features on a playlist?
I like to think so. Do you know what it is, right? I think that the music I make, yeah, at the minute especially, it's like, it's the realest music I've ever made, do you know what I mean? I sit there and I make the beat, I make the bars, I sing on them, I can't even sing, do you know what I mean? It's just one of them, like, it is as real as it can be. And I think the whole sound of the whole, like, we've got an EP that's going to come out soon. And when that EP comes out, you'll see a bit more. But when the whole thing of it, it's got a bit of a commercial sound, do you know what I mean? People might have said, oh, I remember Franko rapping on dubstep, now he's doing this. But it's not even like that, do you know what I mean? And I think, to be honest with you, the people I thought would think that haven't thought it either. They've said, look, this, I can tell this is you now, bruv. Do you know what I mean? You found what you're about type thing. So I like to think the music I'm making does cross over without trying to be, you know, without trying to compromise it type thing. So yeah, hopefully they pick a few more tracks up and that.
That would be nice.
But
you mentioned the EP. Can you just drop us names, dates?
Yeah, well, we're calling it Work Ethic, which obviously comes from the fact that I've just been grinding hard with all this, you know what I mean? Like I said before, some people that moan about working hard and they don't work hard, you know what I mean? So we're calling it Work Ethic just because, like, to be honest with you, my dad instilled such a good work ethic in me. Like, I look back now when he used to have a go at me at school and all that, you know what I mean? Telling me to pull me socks up and that. And he couldn't be more right, do you know what I mean? It was the work ethic. Like, I think that's one of the main things that I get from him is the work ethic. So I think that's an important name. So we're going with that, yeah, Work Ethic. We're going to go, we're going to drop about 10 tunes. We call it an EP, but that whole EP thing, I've never known what an EP is, you know what I mean? The EPs when I was young, there used to be about 4 tunes, and then it started becoming like 7, 8. To be honest with you, I'd like to cut it down to like 6 and call it an EP, just so I don't feel like I'm lying to people.
Sure, you could do it.
Yeah, I know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, hopefully that'll be out midway through this year. I think the problem is, yeah, like we've had this EP wrapped up since last year, like midway through last year. And I think the more we're moving onwards with stuff, it's just sort of stalling it a little bit. And like I'm trying to make tunes ahead of it, and it almost like gets into your creativeness, because you're trying to get so far ahead when you ain't even got that out yet. Do you know what I mean? And it does get awkward. So hopefully we'll get it out there real soon. We've got another video to go with that as well. So
Okay, when's
yeah,
that expected?
I reckon. I want to say March, April, May. I'd say June just to be comfortable. I'd say June time. But you know what it is, yeah? I watch so many artists and they're like, it's coming out in June, definitely. And when it don't, you get the hump of them. So pretend I never said that and don't cop the hump of me if it ain't out in June.
So when it is due out, tell us the websites that people can either visit to find out when it's coming out or when it does drop. Give us all your social medias that you can plug.
I think the best one is obviously Twitter, at Franko Fraize. Get them Twitter followers on there, do you know what I mean? But search it on Facebook, Franko Fraize, soundcloud.com/Franko Fraize, you know, just put it in the search engine, all that. Frankofraize. I said it like that, so you know how to spell it now. So it's double, you've got to get that right double time now, otherwise I'm coming for you.
Decent. Well, I don't want to say too much because I know you like speaking, but if there is anything else that you need to know, just check out the websites that he's just plugged. Keep an eye out on the EP and the videos that are soon to come. Anything else, stay locked into Itch FM.